This Sunday, on episode 25 of Eye on Dependency, where every life is a biography.
We did it for the mothers in prison. So this Sunday, we will be hooking up with Rise Maximum Radio to hear from incarcerated fathers as they send greetings to their loved ones on the outside. You will also hear from a father and son who worked, drank, and partied together, but now they're doing hard time together in prison. Listen live from 10 a.m. on I-95.5 FM or watch live on the Eye on Dependency Facebook page or YouTube channel. Eye on Dependency. We don't just share stories, we change lives.
This Sunday, on episode 25 of Eye on Dependency, where every life is a biography.
We did it for the mothers in prison. So this Sunday, we will be hooking up with Rise Maximum Radio to hear from incarcerated fathers as they send greetings to their loved ones on the outside. You will also hear from a father and son who worked, drank, and partied together, but now they're doing hard time together in prison. Listen live from 10 a.m. on I-95.5 FM or watch live on the Eye on Dependency Facebook page or YouTube channel. Eye on Dependency. We don't just share stories, we change lives.
This Sunday, on episode 25 of Eye on Dependency, where every life is a biography.
We did it for the mothers in prison. So this Sunday, we will be hooking up with Rise Maximum Radio to hear from incarcerated fathers as they send greetings to their loved ones on the outside. You will also hear from a father and son who worked, drank, and partied together, but now they're doing hard time together in prison. Listen live from 10 a.m. on I-95.5 FM or watch live on the Eye on Dependency Facebook page or YouTube channel. Eye on Dependency. We don't just share stories, we change lives.
This Sunday, on episode 25 of Eye on Dependency, where every life is a biography.
We did it for the mothers in prison. So this Sunday, we will be hooking up with Rise Maximum Radio to hear from incarcerated fathers as they send greetings to their loved ones on the outside. You will also hear from a father and son who worked, drank, and partied together, but now they're doing hard time together in prison. Listen live from 10 a.m. on I-95.5 FM or watch live on the Eye on Dependency Facebook page or YouTube channel. Eye on Dependency. We don't just share stories, we change lives.
This Sunday, on episode 25 of Eye on Dependency, where every life is a biography.
We did it for the mothers in prison. So this Sunday, we will be hooking up with Rise Maximum Radio to hear from it.
You control your cinematography. The have and the have-nots in the same pot, even Bruce Almighty. This Terminator took a toll on that Trinity. Nothing to love with.
Eye on Dependency with Garth and Natasha.
Reality radio, at its best, where every life is a biography.
Sundays at 10 a.m. and exclusively on I-95.5 FM.
All you fathers out there. Good morning, Natasha.
Good morning, Garth. And again, happy Father's Day to you, to the two gentlemen in the studio. Happy Father's Day, and to all of us. Yes, you too, Gary. Happy Father's Day to all of the men who are actual fathers and father figures to persons, loved ones in their lives, right? So, a happy Sunday to you all.
A very happy Sunday. And well, I mean, for those of you who have followed Dependency over the years, I have a different approach to Father's Day, and it's part of my story, part of my journey to what I could have done better as a father, a young father, and I think I did not fulfill that role properly. So I don't really celebrate Father's Day. It's just Father's Day has always been a learning experience for me, just like what is going to happen here this morning. And first of all, let me extend condolences to the Esdale family. And we lost, understand, Edlin yesterday. Those of you who may have not heard, and especially those people who would have dealt with the Ministry of National Security a few years ago. So Esdale was one of he and his June Thomas worked side by side. And so, and he left us yesterday. Good man, a good brother. I would always describe him as very, very good, conscious brother. And he tried his best, and he made his contribution to society. He did. And to that, I want to extend condolences to his family. And Edlin, thank you very much for your love and support for Dependency over the years. And reach home safe. This morning, this morning, folks, we have a nice, as usual, packed program for you, Natasha.
Yes.
And it's Father's Day, as we did with the mothers at the Golden Grove prison. This Sunday, now we're going to be hearing from the men at Remand and MSP Golden Grove. And we're going to be getting greeting. We're going to be hooking up with Rise Maximum Radio in a few seconds. So let's hope they're ready with Shortman. And so let me tell you how the program is going to run. So we're going to hear some greetings from Acting Superintendent Gerald Francis, recorded greeting. And he's the Acting Superintendent at Rise Maximum Radio at Maximum Security Prison. And of course, the highlight for us is father and son, Richard and Rakesh Ramlal, who has agreed to even share their names and let you understand, especially get your boy child by the radio, folks, because this one's dedicated to them. And we see what's happening with fatherhood these days and how things are going. And we actually have a father and son who we will speak with. They are doing time right now, and you'll hear more from them later on in the program. So we're going to get greetings from the families, a voice note from father and another father about his son in prison. Father is outside, but his son is in prison. And he will give his thoughts on how it feels as a father on Father's Day to know that your son is in prison. And as a matter of fact, Rakesh is Richard's only son. And Rakesh has a son as well.
Wow.
So they're both fathers. And greetings from the MSP, and then we will chat with them a bit. And then we'll hear from AC Prince and the Commissioner of Prisons to wrap it up. And we want to pay a short tribute this morning to the police especially. I'll tell you why later on, because we have something to show you, those of you who could log on. But police officers, they're not perfect. All of them are not perfect. We know that. But they are fathers as well. And Natasha, when I saw that video with the actually, for the first time in our history, we would have seen exchange between perpetrator and
Yes.
police officers.
We hear about it, but we don't see it.
Yes, and when the police tell us that, we know we take it with a pinch of salt, but this time was true. I saw it with my eyes, and that police officer, or those police officers, I'm sure one or two of them are fathers. Our family today would have been grieving the loss of a police officer. The police service would have been grieving today, but those fathers want to go home too. So we had a chance to see it, and I want to say to the police officers out there, we know it's challenging, we know it's rough for you all right now, but Godspeed still.
But a word to the deceased in that incident. We don't know if they're fathers. They are probably sons to someone as well.
Right.
So we can't forget that either. But if I may, just to say that you mentioned, you alluded to the fact that, fatherhood is becoming a rarity, I guess. Positive examples of fatherhood seems to be a rarity in Trinidad and Tobago, but I would say not so much. I mean, if you look at the prison population, overwhelmingly there are men in there. But I think in order for us to stem the tide, or to alleviate some of the harm that is caused by absent fathers to their children, I think we need to revisit the roles that fathers and men in general play in society. They are not just protectors and providers. They are so much more. And, putting yourselves, and I'm speaking to men here, putting yourselves in that very narrow box is limiting. There's so much more that you can do rather than, provide money and physically protect your family. There's a lot more that you can do in terms of nurturing, caring, and supporting your children and your families. That would help in terms of the negative perception that a lot of fathers have, unfortunately, in our society.
Well, I agree with you. What I was looking at, there are fathers out there who are playing their roles, and they're just not in public life. They're not just
Correct.
They're just showing that off to everybody.
Because they don't conform to the stereotypical image we have of.
They're doing what they have to do,
Right.
And so, but they are good fathers.
Of course.
The thing is, sometimes we get lost in the. This is as deep as predisposition. Let me just put it that way too. That some fathers pick up the traits from their fathers and their fathers before them, and it's passed on from generation to generation. Sometimes you cannot help that. When I say cannot help it, if it's not identified or recognized, then the son will go into the same door, walk through the same door.
Correct.
And a player, abuser, woman, it's an alcoholic, a drug addict. It happens like that. So there's some predisposition hanging about there.
Yeah.
But folks, we're gonna take a short break. And when we return, let's hope everybody's hooked up there at Rise Maximum Radio that they can hear us, because I understand there were some problems in receiving the signal. But as you know, Rise Maximum Radio is in the maximum security prison on the compound there itself. So sometimes signals can get lost behind those walls or coming out from behind those walls. So, but as I said, if you're just joining us, we thank you very much. Happy Father's Day to all of you. Let's take this break, and when we return, we get going.
Give me my phone.
What are you doing taking them kind of pictures? I'll tell mommy.
And I'll tell her you invaded my privacy.
Privacy? When you send those pics, you lose all privacy. It's like setting up a billboard with your naked pics for the world to see.
Those pictures are for my boyfriend's eyes only, and he'll never do that to me.
Yes, he can, or one of his friends or family. Or someone can steal his phone. Sending naked pics can open you up to embarrassment for you, your family, and friends. You can be harassed by bullies. Your pics can be uploaded to websites and seen by everybody. even the wrong people, sex offenders. It can also affect you getting a good job in the future. Once those pictures go out, you can never get them back.
Okay, I'll tell my boyfriend delete them, and I'll delete these. I'm glad I have a smart little sister.
I'm still telling Mommy.
The government of Trinidad and Tobago, through the National Task Force Against Trafficking in Persons, continues to develop and implement effective policies and procedures to prevent and suppress human trafficking. To date, the National Task Force has developed 2 national plans of action against the crime of trafficking in persons. Trinidad and Tobago adopts a 4-pronged approach in its response to human trafficking. 1. Effective identification of victims and witnesses. 2. Prevention of human trafficking. 3. Protection of victims and witnesses. And 4. Prosecution of suspected traffickers. In the Ministry of National Security, we established a specialized unit called the Counter-Trafficking Unit to lead and manage Trinidad and Tobago's response to human trafficking. The Counter-Trafficking Unit works closely with the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, the Immigration Division, and international law enforcement agencies to aggressively and proactively investigate and prosecute suspected human traffickers. Human trafficking is a serious crime. Rest assured, the government of Trinidad and Tobago and its agencies remain committed in the fight against human trafficking and will respond with immediate effect when the need arises.
We are the Counter-Trafficking Unit of the Ministry of National Security, Trinidad and Tobago, safeguarding human life.
Ion Dependency with Garth and Natasha.
Reality radio, at its best, where every life is a biography.
Sundays at 10 a.m. and exclusively on 95.5 FM.
And streamed live on the Ion Dependency Facebook page and YouTube channel.
All right, thank you for staying with us. And once again, happy Father's Day to you if you're just joining us. And if you are tuned in on our Facebook page or YouTube channel, please like and subscribe to the channel.
And yes, so folks, so we trying to sort out some kinks inside of trying to get that connection going. However, let me take this opportunity as well to the fathers who are listening in prison right now. Some of you will hear from, and to the youngsters on the outside. You know, there is a gentleman who listens to Independency every morning, and those of you who listen to me lecture, you would hear me tell you that when I got to Tetron Barracks as a recruit in 1982, 14th of April, I met my father and grandfather. And Gilbert Modest, who was our platoon sergeant, was also our father. And he remained a father in my life to this day. And he does what my mother did when she was alive. As soon as this program finished, he would call me to tell me how the program went. And if it's one person in my life from the military who I am sure listens to Independency, is Sam Asia, as we fondly call him. And I want to tell him Happy Father's Day for being that father in my life. That, you know, that role my father didn't take up. And you took it up, and that care stayed till to this day. You know, and I will never forget that. And to those of you youngsters who are listening, you meet someone who tries to mentor you in the right way, and what I'm doing now, what I wish I knew, if I had known it then, back then, I would have made so much better use of my life, especially from like 18 to starting from 18, 20, 25, 30. See, from that, you see that period? That's when, as a young man or young woman, you have the chance to nail it so that you continue on that journey and you continue going after your goal. And anytime you involve anything untoward in that journey or on that journey, you're going to have some bumps and hiccups and roadblocks and so many bad things to deal with. By the time you get to the age of 50 or 40, or let's say 40, and you start to reflect, it's, for some of us, it's not a good mirror. But hold it up there as well, because it's a rearview mirror to see what was behind you and keep going forward. If you're a youngster listening to this program and you have not touched drugs, God bless you. Pat yourself on the back, and trust me, you don't need it. You're not missing anything. And for those of you who still insist that you want to try drugs, some of you are there, we know there are children 11, 12, 14 using marijuana already. Remember this. And other drugs, remember this. Your brain is not fully developed until you reach the age of 25. And you put anything in it before that, then you're going to have to try and close that door. That's very hard to close once you open it. Remember that. Cherish your life right now and do the right things. And one thing I ask God for is, if I have to come again in the next life, I want to be back in Tetron Barracks on that recruit square with Sir Major Morris as my platoon command. Yeah, my platoon sergeant. I would like to do that again and ask God, please give me the opportunity to do that again. Go back on Tetron Barracks Square with platoon sergeant Morris bawling in my ears. And this time, I'm going to nail it.
God, I mean, I commiserate with you on those sentiments, but I want to remind you and everybody else that life is full of mistakes and we all make them. I think, however, it is up to us to recognize when those mistakes have been made, make amends for them, and continue to, move forward and in a positive direction. So don't be afraid of making mistakes. You will, as a parent. I mean, being a parent is the hardest job in the world. But then you will make mistakes.
Okay, yeah, but then we can learn from others.
Of course.
Right. So and this is the point I'm making, that I can't change that now. It happened.
Correct.
But what I'm saying is that there are youngsters out there who just started. Mm-hmm. And please, what I'm saying is, please try to avoid the temptation of somebody carrying you to the wrong door. Mm-hmm. If you look at Black Mirror, you see how that ends up.
Yes.
Somebody carries you to the wrong door, folks, and you have to find your way back.
I think it's also incumbent upon the people around us to help us make amends and to forgive. Because we have a very, punitive attitude to a lot of the mistakes that people make. Human beings are not infallible. So it helps if you have people around you who will see your mistakes and your errors as part of the human condition.
So how are we looking at Rise Maximum Radio? Can you hear us as yet? Is it that we still trying to sort out these kinks? This doesn't happen often, folks. So when it does, something really drastic has to go wrong. But Shopman, then let's go to video E in the meantime, and let's dedicate this part of the program to the police officers. Let's get that out of the way. Now I'm going to show you all something this morning, and who listening on the radio, we'll describe it for you. Some police officers engaged some youngsters who went to rob a business place in Valencia. And the officers, they tried their best because they were engaged, these guys, these young men. And I looking at these young men.
Somebody's son.
Prefer, to for whatever reason, took up decision. I kind of understand in a way, because But we just never rob nobody in our era. You know, we beg, borrow, or steal. But to hold a business place, I didn't have that kind of cojones. But what I'm seeing now, I'm sure some of it is connected. However, these young men, they went to rob this place, and the police officers engaged them, and one fell. You saw that on camera. So when the police, although we would not, because we still don't know all the others what we hear, if they're true. We still don't know that. It's their word against the Pope's word. But in this case here, I could say these officers, they stood their ground. Their fathers, I'm sure, one or two of them, and they got a chance to spend Father's Day with their family today. And for that, we want to thank the police officers for, you're constantly under fire, you're constantly under stress, you're constantly under, and I hope your welfare association taking these things into consideration and not just letting you all go out there like robots and feel you wouldn't be affected by what's affecting you. So I just want to put that out there for you officers, you police officers. It's not everybody can be a police officer and to face this kind of thing. And you can train for how much you want in the barracks. When you go out there and you meet that crowd, you meet that face, you meet that person or people, there's a different response. So Choma could be at least show that while we're waiting for, and we want to dedicate this to the police officers in Trinidad and Tobago, that you continue to work on our behalf, those of you who are doing the right thing and really being police officers. I want to say this is your tribute here this morning by showing what you are. So this is what we seen on screen, Natasha. Is two boys walked into a business place. They closed both doors, and they now. And we're showing this video in a context, people, because police officers, as I say, most of them are fathers. Most of them are fathers. And they probably couldn't, if those guys were better trained, the results could have turned out differently. But they did actually engage the police officers.
So they met two women who were working at the establishment, and they...
I think Facebook is freezing up, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, it is a little bit. YouTube as well.
Facebook and YouTube freezing up. Okay. Yeah. So they started to rob the place. They're clearing out the inside of the establishment. And so I'm sure somebody would have had the chance to either press a panic button or call the police directly. However, within, let's say, about 10 minutes, or even less, the police showed up on the outside when they were about to leave. And that's when the engagement with the police officers began. And now you could imagine the state of the people inside of the establishment now when that exchange of gunfire started.
Correct.
Because a ricochet could, even though you're hiding, you could still get picked from a ricochet. So, it's so for those of you listening, so they finished, they gathered what they had to gather in their bags, and now you see this movement here, Natasha, with him going back and forth, good. It's a different type of robbery when you're doing it for a purpose or you're doing it for yourself. That there is doing it for self. That is greed. That is, I wonder if I get enough. You didn't go there for a specific purpose. You didn't go there, which is, okay, go directly to this box or this thing, open it, take out what's in it, and get out.
Going to see what you could get, basically.
Right. So when he's leaving now, he want to make sure that he gets, enough.
Yeah.
That can last him. Remember what John said to us, what they did to survive. Rob people.
Yep.
Rob people, eat, smoke, do it again the next day.
Yep.
And we have to pray for our young men. So as they are about to leave now, they realize, they went by the slot machine. That's what you call that machine?
The roulette
machine. And here comes the police now. The police shows up on the outside, and this is when, as they say, all hell broke loose. They realized that police on the outside, so they retreated to the business place and got their weapons out and started engaging the police. And here they're going back and forth. He fell, going back, shooting at the police through the door again. He fall again. I think this is the time when the police took him, him. Now, look at these police officers. They're on the outside. And this is what they're facing. So while we're sleeping and, home comfortable and safe, this is what our police officers have to face out there. But they stood their ground. And what the only thing I didn't like about this situation is the cars were allowed to pass. And that police should have pulled up in the road high up, block the traffic so that nobody would, because you wouldn't believe, don't be surprised that a wrong could exit that building there and pick up somebody driving by easy.
Correct.
So I think this is time now for us to go to the body camera and show us. Let us see what the pressure you under. And folks, those of you getting problems on Facebook, you could try our YouTube channel. I don't know if that is freezing as well, but the signal seems to be dropping. I don't know what is going on with this building and Facebook signals, but asking the company, please do something about this now.
I don't know who is the provider, but I think the local providers have been given trouble of late. All of them. Not just the red or green ones.
Right, so Steele, are you there? Can you hear us? Just right now.
Good morning, God. Good morning, Natasha.
Morning.
Wow. Yeah, we've lost a lot of precious time, my friends. But nevertheless, we're thankful for having you all inside. And how are things at Rise Maximum Radio?
Well, they say better late than never, so a pleasant good morning to you, God, and Natasha, your company. So, all the
yeah, you're still breaking up a lot. So I guess Shortman will be busy troubleshooting with you all to get that sorted out, right? But you're hearing us loud and clear, right?
Yes, we are.
All right. Good morning, Mr. Igard, and good morning, Mr. Steele. And thank you very much once again. Happy Father's Day to all you fathers and prison officers. Happy Father's Day to you. And let's get right to that greeting from Superintendent Jared Francis. Steele.
Pleasant everyone. I am Superintendent Francis, in charge of the maximum security. I have the honor of addressing you today on this special occasion. Maximum Security radio program. In myself, I want to share some heartfelt about Father, even within the walls of our institution. Father's Day is a time to celebrate and honor the role of fathers in our lives and the profound influence and positive impact that they have on the lives of their children, families, and society as a whole. While this may conjure up images of families gathered around
today,
Apologies. The internet is really hampering our progress today, unfortunately. So the greeting is not being heard very clearly on our end, unfortunately.
So, we don't ramble on this much, right?
We don't.
We have our things well planned and so on, but
we don't.
For some reason this morning, that devil is in the computer. So, yeah, but we will try. We'll keep trying. Steele, can you hear us again?
and they need to extend compassion and support through rehabilitation programs such as the Inside Out Dad, anger management, life skills, and counseling through the inmate development program. I I have personally witnessed inmates display immense dedication in pursuit of personal growth and redemption, recognizing the importance of their role and committing to become better versions of themselves. The prison service supports all fathers as they work towards personal advancement. We continue to bridge the gap between inmates and the wide society by facilitating the maintenance of healthy familial relationships through programs such as Angel Tree, visits, be it virtual or in person, and the upcoming Father's Day visits through the prisons, programs, and industry department, and the Prison Fellowship of Trinidad and Tobago. The foregoing are aimed at restoring familial bonds, preceding inmates, eventual readers, and the potential for change within all of us. May God bless everyone.
Oh Lord. Yes, again, we apologize for that quality on that. Are you hearing us up there, guys, in RMR?
It's breaking up, but we hearing at this point in time.
Yeah, no, yeah, we weren't able to catch that clip at all. It was going in and out.
It was going in and out, and I'm sure it is probably listeners experience the same thing. But let's keep going. At least we thank Acting Superintendent Joanne Francis for doing taking his time to do that recording so that he can speak to and bring greetings from maximum security prison. So we have the greetings from the families. So tell us what we're going to hear from this segment here, Mr. Steele.
From the various family visits that we had, Father's Day visit, we had in prisons. We got the wives, the mothers, the children to wish their incarcerated dads happy Father's Day and all the well wishes that goes with it. So from the different prisons, right about now, you'll be hearing the Father's Day greetings coming from the family.
All right.
All right, well, let's try it.
Hi, Rob. This is Mommy. We love you very, very much. And we hope and pray that you come home very soon to be with your family, because every meal that you take, we always misses you. I'm speaking from my heart on behalf of your brother and your two sisters. I love you. Well, wishing my brother Luciano Kosh at the Golden Grove Prison a happy Father's Day from me, his sister Olivia, from all the rest of his brothers, sisters, nieces, nephews, mom. We wish you the best. We love you. And we just keep faith and hope, and everything will be good.
This is Acting Superintendent of Prisons, attached to the Remand Prison, Mr. Terry Joseph, sending happy Father's Day greetings to all the officers of the Trinidad and Tobago Prison Service, and especially the Remand Prison, and by extension, I also want to send happy Father's Day to all the inmates in my care who are fathers on this day. Thank you.
Father's Day. I just like to say happy Father's Day to my son, Anthony Selena. May he enjoy his day from his mom, Susan. Father's Day, Rishi Jawahar. We just want to wish you all the best tomorrow and let you know that we love you. And we're here waiting for you. Happy Father's Day. I love you. Today, so the whole of Trinidad and Tobago, as well as the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, I would like to my name is Mika Kwok, and I would like to wish my brother Principal Burns happy, and on behalf of his daughter and the rest of his inmates and everyone else, happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day, Daddy. And thank you, Lord, for this day to call and see you.
I would say a pleasant good morning to everyone. Happy Father's Day to every father of Trinidad and Tobago and the wide world. I wish my son a happy Father's Day. Many, many, many more to come
as he see this Father's Day, may the good Lord bless him and keep all fathers safe and sound. Fathers, you all, I wish you a happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day to Donna Sylvester from the children, his lovely children.
Happy Father's Day to Patrick, right? From your wife and children.
Happy Father's Day to my fiance, Jamil Superville.
Happy Father's Day to my brother-in-law, you will know who it is, and happy Father's Day greetings to my son, his mom, and wishing you all the best as fathers, and may you have a wonderful and enjoyable day, in Jesus' name. Happy Father's Day, everyone. Xavier, this is coming from your sister-in-law, and Anne-Marie Xavier, and also to Atiba Xavier, coming from your mom. Happy Father's Day to both of you. May you all have a blessed and a wonderful day, in Jesus' name.
Happy Father's Day, Uncle Ivan. This is coming from King Xavier, your niece. God bless you always. And happy Father's Day, Atiba, big bro. Enjoy. May God bless you. And may you live to see many more out of here. Enjoy.
I just want to say happy Father's Day to Kurt Wiseman, coming from his 3 sons, Brandon, Kieran, and Kristen. They want to say that they love him, they miss him, they're praying for him to reach home soon. I can't wait. This is also coming from well. We love you, we miss you, and we're waiting on you. Happy Father.
Hi, my name is Shannon. I just like to say happy Father's Day to my husband, Peter. We miss you a lot, and we hope that you come home soon, and that, just stay strong, pray, because Papa God is always there for us, and happy Father's Day, we love you. But, it has been really hard. Soon enough that things get better.
Happy birthday, Jason Stapleton, from your family. We love you. Keep strong, and happy Father's Day in advance. So during the past 3 years, well, almost 3 years they've been here, it has been very difficult for us, but we keep feeling strong and hoping that they come out soon. Everybody miss you. We hope to see you soon.
Good day, everyone. I would like to say happy Father's Day to all the daddies at the prison. I know it's very difficult for mommies out there, wives out there, that their husband is in prison. And that goes out to each and every one of you all, children with all your daddies. Would like to say happy Father's Day. Stay blessed. Don't give up. God is good.
Happy Father's Day to my darling husband, Andre. On behalf of Ariella and Andrea, happy Father's Day again. We love you, we miss you, and I hope you enjoy the day.
That's it for the family visitor this time, Gata.
Right.
All right.
Well, as I said, we're struggling through it. We're going through it. The listeners, those loyal listeners and viewers, we thank you very much too for your patience.
Yes.
As usual, I think YouTube would be easier to access at this time because the Facebook feed continues to stick. So if you have a chance, or you're listening to us on the radio, we welcome. If you're just joining us, you're hearing greetings. What you just heard were these are greetings from families to loved ones on the inside. And so many fathers we have in prison, Natasha.
Yes.
And that's just blowing the dust off the surface, really, what we heard there.
And it has not gone unnoticed that most of the greetings coming from women and girls, So it's really tough on a family when one or parent is missing,
A fiancé in prison, husband in prison, son in prison, brother in prison.
Yep.
Folks,
especially the children, our hearts go out to you. And we know that the prison is making efforts to at least have some quality time, allow the children and the families to spend quality time with their fathers while they're incarcerated. So we commend the prison for that as well.
Yeah, so good job, Steele. So let's go straight. Could you set up this clip for us, Steele? The next one, the voice note from the father. Oh, Miss Agard, any one of you there?
Yes, sir. It's ready and waiting.
Right. Could you set it up for the listener? Tell us what we're going to hear, please.
Now we are going to hear from a father that is outside prison, given his feelings or how he feels about his son being incarcerated. You know, how it was bringing up, and maybe he has emotional time for him. So he expressed himself how he felt or how he's feeling about the situation.
All right. So let's hear it.
Good day. I approach this subject with a heavy heart, knowing that I probably have done better. Although it is said that hindsight is the best side. Parenting, especially as a father, is not something that you read in a book or learn in school. But parenting is a learned profession. And I, Steve, speak about this with such a heavy heart. I had the best intentions for my son. As a matter of fact, I had grandeur plans. As with everything else, I was not born privileged. As I look back, I realized that I was just blessed to be who I am. And as I said, it is a learned profession, parenting, especially as a father. No father wants to see his son incarcerated, at least from my perspective. And seeing where my son is at this point in time, what I know now, had I known then, I definitely would have had a different attitude toward my son recalcitrancy, because he was searching and I didn't have the answers. His searching sent him to bad company, and bad company made my team where he is today. God knowing the truth, as I stand here as a father, and I could give my life for him to be free and let me be incarcerated, because I love my son. I always held him. I have so today, as I make this recording, I am sending out a message to the fathers to love your son. Of course, they will have discipline. My type of discipline, what I got, does not work today. I want to go to get my father's apparently like this scolding now in this my time being a better man.
Spring. This has this regard on my mind. Still, I think we'll have to. It's such a. It's just. It's so sad.
Yeah.
To.
Because what this gentleman is saying is really important.
Yes. Still, you can stop the recording, please. Stop the playback. I don't know what's happening this morning, but because even YouTube starting to freeze up now. Folks, if you're just joining us, you're listening to Dependency, and we're trying to have a smooth run this morning of a hookup with Rise Maximum Radio once again. What we just heard, what we were trying to listen to, was a father speaking about how he feels about being a father with having a son in prison right now. And he's sort of blaming himself in some ways for his son's position right now.
Yep.
And I am so sorry that we couldn't get a clearer version of that recording from him. So folks, I apologize to you all. It's still, you all still there?
We may have lost.
And remember too, folks, as much as we're speaking about the people who are in prison, remember too, we think about their victims as well. Those of who, some of them would of course have to spend Father's Day without their father.
Yep.
And
yep.
So, and you see, so everybody gets affected.
Yeah, correct.
When a wrong decision is made, everyone gets affected on both sides, because the ones who are in prison now, they have daughters and sons on the outside. They have mothers on the outside. And it's really sad that this vicious cycle continues. And so to that father who sent that voice note, we thank you very much for being open and honest. And we will ask RMR to send that for us so we could clean it up.
Yeah.
And
replay it for you.
And replay it for you all. because it's not very often you would get a father speaking like that. And even if we could get in touch with the father, we could always try and get him to elaborate on how he feels about having a son in prison right now. So, Shoban, let's go for a break, please. And then we come back, we'll chat a bit with Richard and Rakesh Ramlal, both father and son, who are in prison right now, understand? In the cell next to each other, in prison right now. You're listening to Dependency. Thank you. We hope you're not having too much problems keeping connected to us. Remember, those of you who on Facebook and YouTube especially, please continue to like and subscribe. If you're a new listener or you haven't done that as yet, please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Click that bell and get notified every time we hit the air. So let's go to that break. We'll be right back.
Yeah, we'll be back.
Ah, boy. I feel like I'm going to buy myself a senorita tonight.
Nah. You know you might be promoting slavery.
Slavery? What are you talking about?
Hey, modern day slavery or human trafficking is just what some of these people just do. You know some of these women were tricked to come here? Some are held against their will, abused, and even beaten. Most times the girls don't even see any of the money that is paid for them. And every night, they just...
Hello. Hi, this is Patricia Kent from HMP London. Can I speak to Miss Sheila, please?
This is Miss Sheila.
Hi, I've got an important call for you. Please hold the line.
Mommy, it's Sherry.
Oh, God, Sherry, we looking for you all the time. 3 weeks now. Where you going?
Mommy, according to tell you, I get locked up. I had drugs in my luggage and I'm in England right now. In jail.
Oh, God, Sherry, what? What you do? How you reach there? Oh, God, how we gonna do?
Oh, God, Mommy, don't cry. It'll be all right. Sorry.
Eye on Dependency, reality radio at its best every Sunday on I 95.5 FM. Don't miss it.
Eye on Dependency with Garth and Natasha.
Reality radio at its best, where every life is a biography.
Sundays at 10 a.m. and exclusively on I 95.5 FM.
And streamed live on the Eye on Dependency Facebook page and YouTube channel.
Thank you for staying with us. Thank you ever so much for your patience. This has been a difficult morning, unfortunately, with the internet and other things, but we are going to push through and see if we can now speak with the father and son who are both serving time together at the maximum security prison. Steele, are you all still with us?
As far as I see that, you see what is happening is that the feed dropping from this location as well. So, and we don't know what's going on with the service providers this morning, but that's one of the challenges. The feed, to keep that constant flow of the feed is what the problem is. So maybe we could go to plan B, which is get the guys to speak with us by phone, get Rakesh and Richard to speak with us by phone. In the meantime, still sending the clips for you for Shortman, so Shortman can play it from this end, so that at least we will have one segment of it, properly well sent to you, broadcast to you.
Yes.
All right, so let's see. Seems as though they're back with us again. Are you back with us, guys?
Seeing a piece
Hi,
of
good
somebody.
day.
Hello.
Yeah, good day.
All right. So we have you all back.
Right. Gary.
Mr. Steele?
If you're just joining us, you're listening to Dependency, and we are trying our best today to stay focused and stay on stream with what we had planned for you. I was hoping now that we can hear from Richard first. This is the father who is in prison right now alongside his son. So let's wait till we get some volume from Steele, and they
So
at
at this
Rise
point-
Maximum Security, Rise Maximum Radio at the Maximum Security Prison.
At this point in time, you're going to hear from Richard, the father, and Rakesh, the son.
All right.
What's that?
We're gonna hear from the father first.
Right, so this is Richard.
Yes, morning.
Good morning, Richard.
Morning.
Yes, morning.
Happy Father's Day to you, despite the
Same to
circumstances.
you too. Same to you too.
All right, so Richard, you are 62 years of age.
64. August, I will be 64.
64. Okay.
Yes.
You're in prison. How does it feel to be with your? Let's start with you first. As a father, you end up in prison. How did this happen?
Well, yes. What happened is I get caught up in a situation, right? And I'm not happy that I've been in prison. I'm very sad that I'm being in prison.
Now, how long are you in prison now?
7.5 years.
And how much more do you have to go?
I have to go 3.5.
Wow.
7, 8, 2.5. Sorry, 2.5.
So, but without going into too much details about the matter itself, when did yourself and your son arrive in prison? Were you all charged together or no?
No, I was charged separate and he was charged separate.
Okay. So you would not have had a clear idea of what your son that your son would end up in prison with you?
No.
No.
No, you and your son work together, right? Tell us about that. What work did you all do?
It's about your relationship.
Yes, both of us work together. He operates a hire, and I is the driver of the truck, also as the loader of the truck. We work together. Yes, we work together for a long while, and we have a good relationship. Both of us work together. We lime together. We do everything together.
And what about your family now? Let's say wife,
Other siblings.
Other siblings.
No, one son I have and a grandson. My wife passed away. I got involved with another person. Yes.
And what happened? What happened when you got in?
That relationship, since I'm in prison, that I lost that relationship. And that was the end of that in prison.
So were you all married?
It's just me and my son, and I have a grandson too.
Right. No, but as a result of you ending up in prison, so you all were together for a period of time, and then you got yourself into trouble and ended up in prison.
Yes, I got myself in problems.
How did she deal with that?
I don't know. I lost contact with her.
Was it purposefully? She decided to stop coming to look for you. Did she ever come look for you when you were in prison?
Well, just pain and suffering, yes. I lose contact.
No, but or she stopped coming? Or she started to come while you were in prison?
Yes, it lasts for 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
In In 2020, the 18th of December, that was the last sight I saw her. And since that, I lose contact.
Now, did you expect that to happen?
No, I never thought that would have happened.
Or you felt that, or you would have liked her to stay and wait for you until you come out of prison?
Of course, yes, but it didn't work out. He just dropped as it is, lose everything there.
But you understand, though?
Yes, yes, I understand. Life had to go on. It's not easy, but it hurt a lot.
So going back a little bit now to tell us about your relationship with your son. I mean, it's you alone. He's your only son, your only child. You all basically did everything together. But tell us about that relationship a little more.
Well, to be honest with you, I love my son. Everything I have is for him. If I get a biscuit, I give him it. I will do it out. If I'm going for diet, I collect the diet for me and him. We have a real relationship, a loving relationship, both of us.
No, this started from no. Let's go back to before you all went to prison. You said you all work together. So you are you're a businessman and your son works with you.
Yes.
Right. So you all started working together. Then what you all socialized a lot together. And as a matter of fact, was he in school? Did he go to school before you all started working? He started working for you?
He was at school, and after school, he started working with me. He operates the machine, and I drive the truck. I'm a loader. I drive and I load, and he operates the hire. And anywhere to go, we're going together. We lime in together, we eat together, we have cook food together, we have place that we lime together, we're going in the beach together. Everything we do, both of us. If we going, I will go and pick up the grandson. He is there with me. I have a good relationship with his wife, you know.
So he's like your ride or die, as these young people say.
So that was that was your riding partner.
Yes, yes.
Right.
We lime together. We go beach together. Yes.
Now how old is he now?
31 years.
Right. We'll speak with him in a while. If you're just joining us, ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to Richard Ramlal, who, as a father, is spending Father's Day as a prisoner in prison with his son, Rakesh. They're both in prison. And let's hope we can learn something from this short conversation we're going to have with them this morning. And so Richard was just taking us through the journey with him and Rakesh and their closeness as a father and son. And Rakesh, so Richard, so what happened for you to leave? You went to prison first, right? That's what in that order. So what happened with you that you had to leave him and go to prison first?
Without getting into any details.
Yes.
Well, I was arrested, and you know, it was very hurtful that I get arrested for whatever, you know.
And he
and how did he respond?
How did he respond
to that
well,
incident?
He felt very hurt too. You know, he feel very hurt. You know.
But whatever it was, right? But whatever it was he taken by surprise by this, or he knew it was going to come eventually, because you all did everything together.
It was a surprise to him.
Right.
Yes.
Right, and you ended up in prison. And how long after you stayed in touch with him while you were in prison? Correct?
Yeah, I stay a long while with him. I stay a long while. He used to come and visit me too, and we both had a good relationship. When he come, we talk, we speak. you know.
Yes. How long did it take him to get to you? Because I mean, you're all that close. He just didn't decide to go and commit a crime and end up in prison.
I knew what was going to happen to him
Mm-hmm.
because I had some information that what was going to happen to him. So I then knew that he will be in prison too, due to certain things that he couldn't come up with like, bail and whatnot. So I knew he would come in prison. At the point in time, there is nothing I could do. But he tried to help himself not to be in here, but by some means, he gets called.
He get what? Oh,
Well, it was very hard for him and for me, you know.
No, could you repeat that line? He got his call, you said? The call keep...
Yes. What happened, you have to get bail.
Mm-hmm.
Bail. And the guy who was preparing the bail take some stuff from him, and he didn't fulfill what he had to do. So there's a lot of things that has happened in court. People who get in bail, people take the stuff and don't do nothing,
So that's the lawyer you're talking about?
Not the lawyer, the bailer and them who was take bail in court.
All right. So, Richard, let me ask you before we cross to Rakesh. As a father now, when all is said and done, you're a father in prison, right?
Yes.
What would you say, if you had a chance to do it all over, what would you do different, and what would you say to fathers out here listening to you this morning?
What will happen? I stay away from bad company, that I won't put myself here, neither him, back in prison again.
Do you blame yourself for your son being in prison too as well?
I got you there.
Do you blame yourself for your son being in prison with you right now?
Yes. I blame myself. Yes.
All right, Richard. Thank you very much. Thank you for sharing whatever you could have with us this morning. All right?
Yes.
Okay. So we
Let's speak to Rakesh.
So we're going to hear from his son now. Rakesh?
Yes, morning, Mom.
Yes, Rakesh. How are you doing?
All right for the time.
How does it feel to be in prison with your father on Father's Day? I mean, you all would have spent a few Father's Days well together, right? But does it ever hit you at any point in time that, hey, this is unreal, my father and I in prison together? And you have a son as well, right?
Yes. It's not a nice feeling to be here, with my father on Father's Day.
How old is your son?
My son is 8 years.
And how long you've been in prison?
In prison 5 years and 6 months.
Right. So how is that relationship with you and you have a son as well? Is a son?
Yes.
Yeah. How is that relationship with you and him and your wife?
Well, we separate, me and my wife separate. But, I just try to call and, talk to my son and talk to them still. So, I'm here with them still.
And that separation was as a result of your incarceration?
Yes.
Wow. Wow, that must be extremely difficult as well. How often do you get a chance to speak with your son?
Twice a week.
Twice a week. Well, at least give thanks for that opportunity. But it must be very difficult to know that your son is growing up without you. How long again you have?
I have 3 months again.
3 months.
3 months.
Okay.
Okay, so you'll be reunited with your son
Very soon.
very soon.
Well, how do you plan to reconnect with him if you and his mother are no longer together? How do you plan to be a part of his
Oh, I'll
life?
just go by them. I'll just go, I'll just go over there and, his grandmother living with him, so I'll just go and, buy the little stuff and thing, whatever they need.
Now,
I'll just get to see him, get to see him is no problem.
say again?
Getting to see him is not a problem.
Getting to see him now is no problem.
Right, right. Right, but Rakesh, as a youngster, and you have a son on the outside, what would you have done differently to not make this happen?
I teach him the right thing. Make sure he ain't follow bad company and
No, I'm saying let's go back in your life, because you finished school, right? You completed school, right?
Yes.
Right, and you had a good job and all of that. If you had a chance to do this all over again, what would you do? Or would you make the same mistake? Or what would you do differently if you had a chance?
Yeah, well, not to follow any bad company and stuff like that.
All right. So in the sense that you and your father were in business together, what has happened with that, and who is in charge of your I should have asked your dad that, but maybe you know as well. What's gonna happen with that?
Yeah, well, everything stand on right now. I have a sister look after the place and look
Right.
after the vehicles and so on. So
All right, Rakesh and Richard, we want to thank you all very much for spending these few minutes with us, and we've learned something from it as well too. All right, so you all take care, and Rakesh, we wish when you return to society, it's an easy transition for you, and your reintegration would be seamless.
Yeah, smooth.
All right.
Okay. All right.
okay, then thank you very much.
All
And
right,
happy
you're
You're
Father.
welcome.
Folks, I want to, those of you just joining and those of you trying to follow the interview, I just wanted to apologize for a number of issues that we've had today. And everything that's been produced here this morning was done from Rise Maximum Radio's end, so which includes the interviews and the recordings as well. All right, taking into consideration the challenges we've been having with the internet and all of that, I just want you all to bear with us, please. As you know, we don't normally falter like this, but this one is beyond our control. Chopin, if we have, let's go on.
No, I was just gonna say, if we still have Rise there, if we can maybe replay the earlier message, since the connection seems to be a little stable. If we could replay the first message.
Still you there?
Do you want the message from the father?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay,
please.
no problem.
Good day. I approach this subject with a heavy heart, knowing that I probably could have done better. Although it is said that hindsight is the best side, parenting, especially as a father, is not something that you read in a book or learn in school. But parenting is a learned profession. And I, Steve, speak about it with such a heavy heart. I had the best intentions for my son. As a matter of fact, I had grandeur plans. As with everything else, I was not born privileged. As I look back, I realize that I was just blessed to be who I am. And as I said he would have had a different attitude toward my son recalcitrancy, because he was searching and I didn't have the answers. His searching sent him to bad company, and bad company made my team where he is today. God knowing the truth, as I stand here as a father, and I could give my life for him to be free and let me be incarcerated, because I love my son. I always held the view that the son is the longevity of the family. And I have so much I regret. But as the day, as I make this recording, I am sending out a message to the fathers: love your son. Of course, they will have discipline. My type of discipline, what I got, does not work today. I am one of those who realize that I was glad that my father scolded me. But apparently, like the scolding now in this generation has a different reaction. My scolding at my time made me a better man. Scolding now, the type of scolding I got, would make children now be resentful and hateful. However, my message to all fathers is to love your son, to love your family. Do the best that you can in the circumstances.
Thank you very much for staying with us, and we got to hear the entirety of that clip from that father. Very moving indeed. And to him, I would say, you know, mistakes were made. Of course, you feel guilty about the fact that your son has walked the wrong road, but I think all you can do now is to support him and give him the support and love that he needs when he eventually returns to society, because he's going to need it. We have heard ad nauseum about the challenges of reintegration, and he is going to need your support now, when, you know, more than ever, when he is released.
And you know, I've having done this program for so many years, Natasha, and one thing is common too, with in a lot of areas, especially when it comes to deal with our penal institution. Illiteracy is a very serious thing.
It is.
And we've done interviews already that those of you who pay close attention to what we do here on Dependency, and I would say good morning to Annette and Adam and Alison and all these you loyal followers and Shari, everybody who continue to stick with us and see what they can glean out of what a little that they hear. And I think literacy is a serious problem in a lot of the cases, and I hope that that alter class but people have to submit themselves to it too.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And if you want to reintegrate properly into a society, then illiteracy is a very important thing.
Absolutely.
Literacy is very important. And
it helps if you want to share stories.
Yes.
Of your own stories from behind prison walls. It helps to have that command of the language and be able to express yourself.
Yes. Sometimes we get caught on the back foot here. Sometimes, many times, and not shocked, but at least taken aback of some of the things that we would encounter, and we have encountered on this journey called Dependency. Mm-hmm. So we want to wish everybody out there all the best. We, Gary, let's hook up with Mr. Prince, and we're going to hear from Acting Commissioner of Prison, Mr. Prince, first, as he brings greetings from the prison service. As you know, folks, the prison service, again, is an institution that is a beast just like national security. And they cannot take care of everyone as much as they should because of the lack of resources or lack of whatever, because they have to prepare citizens to reintegrate into our society. Thank God they have that filter called vision and mission where some of them could go to and sort of refine themselves. But at the end of it all, it's up to the individual who should want to make that change in their life and start applying that from inside prison. Like I said, for me, And to some youngsters who I know listening to this morning, cherish your youth. Cherish your youth. Guard it with your life. You see, from 15 to 30, see that period? That's the period where you decide if you want to be an Olympian, a musician, a doctor, lawyer, serviceman. That's the time. And once you make that right decision, please stick with it and don't let anybody derail you or distract you. I beg you, please. Please. Don't wait till you reach my age and then walk the road I walk and thinking now, if I knew then what I know now. You know it now. Make use of it. Mr. Prince, good morning.
Pleasant good morning, God.
Morning, sir.
Morning.
Thank you very much.
God
Yes,
and Natasha.
Mr. Prince.
This morning, I greet you all in the wonderful name of Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior. Good morning. And happy Father's Day to Trinidad and Tobago.
Many happy returns, my friend. Happy Father's Day to you too, Mr. Prince. And what good tidings you have for us on this Father's Day? What message do you have for us and the people of Trinidad and Tobago?
Okay, God. God, there are several types of fathers. According to the United Nations, we have fathers who are nurturing, fathers who are affectionate, fathers who are interactive. We have sharing fathers, providing dads, thoughtful dads, and responsible dads. All these factors supposed to be working together as one. God, this morning, I would like to speak to what I want to call fatherly love. In the prison service, we have a number of our clients there who would greet the officers as either father, mother, and sometimes you take this for granted. But in conversation with a young man recently, he said, Mr. Prince, you feel when you call your father, it's just so? It's because we actually see you all as father and mother here now. Right? Now, I want to share a little joke for you. There's a saying that after God is police. I want to suggest this morning that after God, we have correctional officers. And I want to take the opportunity to thank my commissioner, Mr. Diopasad Ramuta, who has placed me at the helm of offender management, warrant, and payroll. So I actually deal with persons as they come into the system on warrant and when they're leaving. And we have a number of initiatives that has been brought in by the Commissioner of Prisons. So actually assist persons, yes, we have shortcomings. But I am quite pleased to say this morning that no client that comes into the prison would be left behind. I want to thank Vanessa, Mr. Yegad, and Mr. Steele for the wonderful work that they are doing. Additionally, I would like to thank Mr. Bruce, Mr. Sherwin Bruce, Mr. Carlos Carraspi, and Mr. Hayden Ford as the persons in the Deputy Commissioner's chair who keep on coming up with strategies to make Trinidad and Tobago, not the prison service alone, Trinidad and Tobago, a better place. Thank you.
Mr. Prince, we thank you too for your greeting, and you well said, well put over. And we too, from our end, would like to wish you all the best and your continued success and continued hard work in shaping the minds of those in your care. We really appreciate your work. Society really don't have that part of the understanding what goes on behind those walls. But God bless you.
Same here, God.
All right. Thank you again. We'll keep in touch.
Have a good day, Trinidad and Tobago.
Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your Father's Day. And that was Mr. Prince. We are trying to share some of the greetings that were recorded from Rise Maximum Radio. from the maximum security prison, I believe. Shortman is working on that now, so we want to share some of those very short greetings with you before we speak to the commissioner.
Before we speak with the commissioner. Spring, Steel, are you still there?
And Shortman, you let us know
right, so Steel,
when you're ready.
Yes, so can we have so at least let's play a few of the greetings from MSP and this from Remand and MSP, right? So we're going to hear some greetings now from fathers behind bars. Let's take about 5 minutes of that, and then we hook up with the commissioner, and we come back and play as much as we can before we sign off, right? And take your calls.
Well, Shortman, let us know when you're ready to go, or just send us a message and let us know that you're ready on your end to play them.
Yes, and if you're just joining us, those of you just got home or just woke up, we are hooked up live with Rise Maximum Radio, and we are hearing greetings. We're going to be hearing greetings now from those fathers behind prison walls. So you can start when you're ready, Shortman or Steel. Which one? Who's going to be coming from, you or Shortman?
Okay, I'll start it from on our side, God.
Okay.
I've been in prison for the past 28 years. My rule for fathers is communication, respect, moral values in the neighborhood, in the house, in the household. You know, more or less, I will keep a child more close to the parents, respect the elders in the community, don't listen to negative advice of friends and them sort of thing. Now, the role of my father in my life is that if my father is stick around when I was younger, probably I would have been in a situation as like how I went now. All the fathers incarcerated, you have to learn to stand for train them, show them a form of respect, don't neglect them, reach out to them, show them what you do for them as a father, even though you're behind bars.
Morning. I'm incarcerated for the past 14 years and going. And I'm a father of 4 girl children out there. A father of 4 girl children. And the journey was an easy journey. He just got at me holding up strong as a father. You know, when I take up a papers in the morning and something I get a read from an officer, wherever might be in a position where you go behind you, take up and see a child get raped, kidnapped, murder. They bring hurt in my heart as a father of 4 girl children. And my first daughter was 8 years. And then the second one was 6. The third one was 2 years. And the last one was 10. And I'm still incarcerated. But 14 years and going. And Father Day come up every time my Father Day come and hurt me to know because the Father can't pay a rule out there. To guide them and show them because out there are some predators we know and get set up, kidnapped from Monroe into Belmont Station for offense me never hide about. I'll pay a role to help because Father is a father. Because the mothers have his heart out there. And out there is a place where you can see we'll be in a place now in pandemic time. So as a father, well, father had to play the role because a father stay a father. And that's what things is about. But right now, the system just, and it's that. Yeah, well,
Hi, my name is Vishnu Bihari. I've been in prison for, going on 17 years. I've been away from my family for these number of years. And my advice, what I can give is that being incarcerated for these rights, people make mistake, but you have to learn from your mistake and you don't try to repeat the mistake you make, right? But mistake, anybody will make mistakes. Some will make big mistakes, some will make minor mistakes. Unfortunately, for some make big mistake and end up in here and have to pay the price by losing their freedom, being away from the family and so on. But to stay strong, you have to keep connected with your family through family visits, through welfares. You have to have some form of connection with your children and your family, and you can still play a major role while in jail with the upbringing of your family, through your family, your brothers, your sisters, your wife, all the support you could get to put forward towards your children and your immediate family. I can't speak for my father, but I basically being raised under my father, basically it will be the same. Well, all the fathers who incarcerated at the present moment, you know, my advice to you is to stay strong. You have to develop your spiritual life and be strong, right? You have to find God. If you can't find God nowhere else in the freedom, in the free will, you have to find him here. Because if you can't find him here, you won't find him nowhere else. So what my advice, Holy Fathers, is to strengthen your spiritual life in prison by taking programs, religious programs, whatsoever. Any kind of program that will benefit you, get yourself involved in it so you can prepare yourself and to be a better person for when you go into the free will.
Yeah, my name is Christopher Fabres. I'm incarcerated going in 10 years. And being away from my children, well, being incarcerated, I had time to reflect on my life and see the value of my children and my freedom. See the value of being in their lives. Because I sure right now, they do have a role model out there, or a positive role model, I should say. And people, they could be easily influenced because I am not there to show them the right way or give them the right guidance. So I pray and ask God for the strength to correct all my mistakes. I grew up with my father, so my father played an important role in my life. And yes, he was caring, was loving, was considerate. I was his eyeball, so I know about a father's love. To all fathers who are incarcerated, I will say, the time spent away from your children, you cannot get it back. And you cannot make up, but what you could do is try to be a positive role model and input in their lives, seeing that you have passed through the woods. Please don't let the future of our children pass through the gutter as well.
Well, my name is Elijah Martin, incarcerated, affected me plenty away from my daughter. One daughter alone have missing her plenty, you understand? Being there, watching her grow in them kind of way, they just fight and hurt every day now. When you can't be there for your youth, watching them grow now. Well, being real, I never really grew up with her father, and that's something that others dwell on because it come like my daughter not growing up with her father and all because murder charge for her. Well, incarcerated just like myself is to try to make a way. It's still incarcerated and make a way that you could come out so one day you could be there for them and watch them grow.
Yeah, well, I've been incarcerated 14 years and been away from my children.
But
boy. Feel like going and buy myself a senorita tonight.
Nah. You know you might be promoting slavery.
Slavery? What you talking about?
Hey, modern day slavery or human trafficking is just what some of these people just do. You know some of these women were tricked to come here? Some are held against their will, abused, and even beaten. Most times the girls don't even see any of the money that is paid for them. And every night, they just have to come out looking nice and sexy for somebody like you. Human trafficking is a serious problem and a serious crime. Persons who solicit commercial sex services may be contributing to human trafficking. A message from the Counter-Trafficking Unit of the Ministry of National Security.
hello.
Hi, this is Patricia Kent from HMP London. Can I speak to Miss Sheila, please?
This is Miss Sheila.
Hi, I've got an important call for you. Please hold the line.
Mommy, it's Sherry.
Oh God, Sherry, we looking for you all the time. 3 weeks now. Where you going?
Mommy, I'm calling to tell you I get locked up. I had drugs in my luggage and I'm in England right now. In jail.
Oh, God, Sherry, what will you do? How you reach there? Oh, God, how we gonna go?
Oh, God, Mommy, don't cry. It'll be all right. Sorry.
Eye on Dependency, reality radio at its best every Sunday on I-95.5 FM. Don't miss it.
Eye on Dependency with Garth and Natasha.
Reality radio at its best, where every life is a biography.
Sundays at 10 a.m. and exclusively on I-95.5 FM.
And streamed live on the Ion Dependency Facebook page and YouTube channel.
Yeah, my name is Vern Carvalho. I'm jail 3 years and 5 months at the moment and continuing on it so far. It's been a lot stressful for me due to the fact that I'm not around my child. Yeah, being away from my child has been very difficult and stressful for me due to financial wise and encouragement to be a father, to support my child, to watch him grow up. That a lot of people share me to not to be there. I haven't seen him for the month that I'm incarcerated. For me, the best advice I'll give any father about anything, especially jail-wise, is to avoid jail on the whole and avoid conflict and problem with people, because here we just take much of your time away from your family and from yourself.
Yeah, I'm here about 7 months now. Well, it's hard for me being away from my daughter. I don't know what's going on with she. I don't know if she's doing well, if she's taking it on. I'm talking to she. I haven't been coping very easily. Well, so far I don't know what's going on with my case. It's hard for me and it's hard for my daughter, I believe, because we have a tight relationship. Yeah, and I haven't been part of my daughter's life for the past 7 months. And it's hard for me and she, and well, I hoping that the welfare do something and bring us closer again, because we are all innocent until proven guilty. Well, for the incarcerated dads, I would say, the best thing I could do is hold a faith, pray, be sincere about whoever it is, and ask God, and let God be in front and you be after.
Yeah, I've been incarcerated 3 years now. My father used to be a very hardworking man, and I admire that very much about him. And for these fellas here who have children out there, don't try and follow an example like that and work hard, because crime doesn't pay, and it definitely don't worth it being here. I hear for a mistake, but nevertheless I had to go along with it until everything over.
I'm incarcerated here for this time and thing, and I'm frustrated bad about my children and them outside, because I have 6 children I was, and it's pressure to see them and thing, because I can't afford to see them or nothing like that now. I don't know really what it is about, because so far in this prison here, I don't know when I could come out from this place. You understand? I'm fighting hard really to see if I could see this court and go to court and thing, but it seems like I'm not going to court and thing. You understand? Because they say I'm supposed to be MSI. I'm going to court now and then, and I don't know when I'm going to court or when I could come out from this jail. Yeah, I never had no father and thing, Daddy. Yeah, I just living my life all the years, but I never had no father and thing till now. Since I born, I never had no father and thing. I'm incarcerated here because I'm feeling frustrated in this jail, because I can't see my children or nothing like that, you know. So myself is, I really don't know what to say, you know, that big man thing, you know, but it's well sad to know that I'm locked up in jail with this big man thing. I don't know really what to do really, but I'm here in this place. Yeah.
Yeah, this is for my father out there, Cleveland Eli. Thank you for everything you do for me to keep me out of trouble despite I still get myself in trouble. I still love you and I will enjoy your Father's Day. So all the fathers who are incarcerated at this present time, all they know they the wrong thing, all they to come here to leave all the children out there by themselves. You understand? And I hope all they learn from all the mistake by coming in this place and not to come back here that all the children will follow suit after all here. Right? All the fathers enjoy their Father's Day too. Yeah, my name is Shannon McDonald. I've been incarcerated over 10 months, going on 10 months now. I am missing my family, which is my 2 children, especially my son Ryan, who's 18 years at this present time, and he's out there by himself. I'm saying to my wife, I hope she enjoys the time, but I know time got done just now, and we'll come out of here and we'll be reunited with our family again. Thank you, and to all the fathers out there, enjoy their Father's Day.
Yeah, my name is Andrew Duncan. I've been incarcerated for over a year. I've been away from my family for a while. My daughter especially, I just miss she every day. Every day, she just pass through my mind. I just pray that God keep she safe and protect she. And I just hope that God guide me and keep me on the right track for when I come out of jail, so that I could be always at she side all the time. Because my father wasn't at my side. So I want to be there for my own. I want to see if I could send a message to all the inmates on the inside behind the prison walls that families are a serious thing, and if you're not there for them, they wouldn't grow how they're supposed to. So you just have to be there in your family life. So before you make a decision, you must always think first to see how it will reflect on the future.
Yeah, my name is Marlon Alcha and I'm incarcerated for 10 years, and this Father's Day is be real hard on me because I just can't see my children and thing, and it's real hard for to be seeing your children, and it is real hurt, it's real hurt and thing. So I just want to tell everybody how they happy Father's Day out there and inside here, and be safe out there and here. The role my father that played in my life, well, from the experience I know, well, he was a good man. He always showed me the best thing, the right thing to do, and the honest thing, to always talk the truth, to don't do any wrong things, and, to be safe and everything. What I will tell you, the incarcerated dads and them, when you see you go out there, if you're in here yourself and, you're seeing your children and visit and wherever, and you go outside, you try to be, close to them, try to love them. I know you love the children, but you have to be very close and show them the right thing from the wrong thing, To start with, without a dad, right? Well, it has single parents out there too, but to start with, without a dad, and the dad not showing the children the right thing, they just go astray, right? And going astray now, they can be doing wrong things and end up inside the prison. So I will tell the dads and them to be safe, to just make sure and show the children the right thing, and try not for them to come inside prison, because prison is not a nice place. Prison is not a nice place, right?
Well, to tell you the honest truth, my father, I didn't really grow up with my father, and I want to be there for my children and them. As a youth growing up without a father, I want to be there for them. The advice I have for incarcerated fathers is to get out there and be with the family, you understand? To tell you the honest truth, that's the best thing out there right now, family.
Well, I've been incarcerated for over 16 years now, right? And fathers does play an important role in my life. I could remember times growing up with my father has been the best times in my life, right? Showing me how to be with a woman, how to impress a woman, how to, be a responsible man of a house, how to be a money maker, and all these things, right? And I would like the chance to go out there and be a good father to my children out there also. The children need you out there. So all fathers who are incarcerated, make this be the last time and go out there and try and live for your children.
Yeah, my name is Malasco. I've been in prison for the last 18 years. I'm still in prison. I've been away from my kids because a very hardship and very disrespectful moment, because we are away and it caused no love. And my father played a big role in my life. He came to go learn a trade. He never steal myself, go and learn a trade. He pick me up and carry me the right way and make sure I get through that woodwork trade and mechanic trade. Really too fun. It's kind of late right now, but it ain't too late, because when I go out, I just open their own business, so you can make a change in them life, so they depend on no one and don't be self-employed. Stay strong, holy faith fathers. One day we'll be free with love and respect under the sun.
Yeah, good morning. My name is Christopher Selby. I've been incarcerated for almost 13 years, and the reason prison really affected us due to the circumstances of our children, and they lost out a lot in our lives. And my last little daughter, when I came in prison, I never got to see her, because she had born in America and she come to China, but I never got to see her. And my next daughter, my first daughter, she was 4 years old when I came in prison, and now she's going to be 17 this year. And it is very hard for my kids, knowing that I am not around, and how it has been affecting them, that when a father in jail so long, that they lost out a lot in their lives. And being incarcerated for all these years, it's really very, very hard that I cannot be a part of my children's life, and they're losing out a lot knowing that I'm not around, because in this time, many of the children need their father figures to go on. But the kind of things that are going on in this country today, they really been missing the father figures. Although my father was in my life for a very short time, I, as a father, was willing to, be there for my children, because, certain things that I face in life and went through in life, I didn't want it to be for my children. Well, the advice I have for incarcerated fathers, I would like them to, try to go out there, try to get the freedom and to be a better father for the kids, and to try to change and do which is right and follow which is right, and forbid which is wrong, most I can tell them, well, whatever they do for the train at that time, when they go out there, try and make up for it.
Yeah, well, my name is Jalon Robinson, and the only thing that really helped me to go through this prison time that I've been in prison here for 11 years is God, through praying and fasting in the early stages of my incarceration. Well, being away from your kids for anybody will be very hard, whether you're incarcerated or not. For me, I only have one child. She in foreign. It is a little easy, but yet it is still hard because I still doesn't be able to get to contact her the way I want to contact her and be in her life the way I will want to be in her life. But God is great still. Well, I grew up without my father. So I can't really speak much about the role of my father in my life, but I know how to talk properly about myself and the role that I want to play in my children's life. So I'm waiting on the opportunity right now to reach back out there to play a proper role in my child life. So it's and everybody else is just peace, love, blessings, and guidance. Keep all your head up, keep focused, and keep strong. Well, my advice to the fathers in the prison is to open up all your eyes. Right now we have a lot of grown men that fall off at the throne and not really playing a leadership role in the lives of the kids and in the lives of the young youths and them that coming up out there in the free world right now. And that is something that the youths and them really need in order to really change around the trend of the crime or the way it's going and these things.
I like how he said that.
Yes.
Who fell off their thrones.
Yep.
Yeah, and in prison, that is, wow, to me, that's one of the powerful statements of this. Yeah, for me, yeah, this is well said, brother, whoever you are, who fell off their thrones and now in prison, that's exactly what it is. So those of you listening on the outside there, I don't know, we need a whole few hours to deal with this issue, and I'm hoping and praying that one day we will be respected enough to really find out the entire story, and because it's not only happening with this, it's happening with our human trafficking as well. The judiciary, something is fitting right. Something is not fitting right with us, and I know maybe magistrates and judges are suffering a case of burnout. Natasha, you think they can be burnt out?
Yes.
And maybe that should be taken into consideration, or we get more magistrates and judges. I don't know what the problem is, but we have the Commissioner of Prison on the line now with us, and we could have him put the icing on this cake. Commissioner, happy Father's Day to you. Good morning.
Hi, good morning, God. Good morning, Natasha.
Morning.
Morning to your listenership. Morning to all correctional officers. Morning to those on the World Wide Web. Most importantly, good morning to all inmates on the inside. And if I just say, who are my children?
So, Commissioner, you, apart from having your own family to deal with, you're a father to how many people under your care?
Well, 3,300 so far of inmates, and I could stretch it and say a few of my staff members.
Wow, you have your hands full. You're in the hot seat this time. Tell us, how has it been? And
what are your thoughts on this Father's Day? And what message do you have for fathers?
Yes, go ahead, sir.
Natasha, I set up the organization and pushing, fostering our mandate to rehabilitate persons under our charge, whether you're convicted or remanded. That's our mandate. And you have to be innovative. You have to think out of the box. And I think that's the best approach, the best methodology in changing someone's behavior is getting to their emotions. So I will do academics, literacy program, higher tertiary education, IT skills, trade shops, agriculture, and give you marketable and employable skills. We need to get into your emotions. Your emotions, if tweaked and touched in the right way, can be that glue to pull all these good things together and build your character. So I think character building, and when I say inmates, by no way am I saying that we are it or we are the best. So building character for all persons, my staff, myself, inmates, I think when we tap into the emotions, it's the right recipe, the right remedy, the window of opportunity to get into change behavior. Coming to Father's Day, we look for occasions: Mother's Day, Father's Day, Easter, Christmas, Diwali, Eid, Southern Baptist, whatever we celebrate in this country. We need to get into the deeper meaning of why we celebrate these things. Other of us, we celebrate by fetting, and we give little regard. We give little regard to what was the genesis of this occasion, where it came from, what's the higher or deeper meaning in it. Come back to Father's Day now. Every day should be Father's Day. Every day should be Mother's Day. However, we have designated a day for us to just sit back and reflect and have a discussion on masculinity, of the role of a father. And we can sometimes the discussion causes us to see if we need to do more, what was done for us, what was done upon us, and we can probably learn from the past and improve the present or the future. Radio Rise started in 2012, and today we have built from strength to strength. Over the past few weeks, we would have had my programmers and assistant programmers. The assistant programmers are the inmates who work there, and the programmers are the officers. They would have done research throughout the weeks, preparing for Father's Day, where we deliver programs on fatherhood, critical thinking, playing upon to the psyche of all those who are listening. What we need to do more. What's the important role of father? Is a father important? What makes a father different to that of a mother in a child relationship? We would have dealt with issues where we play upon the consciences of parents who are so engrossed in work and putting bread on the table that they neglect to perform that role with the children, and allow perhaps the grandparents, caregivers, the neighbors, the television, the tablet, the computer, the cell phones to replace some of the parenting roles. I am proud to see that my two children there, Miss Vanessa Agard and Otis Steele, are doing what is necessary for Rise in having a radio station, go out there, give a voice to the inmates, give a voice to the public. This is something quite recent. Over the past 2 or 3 years, we have been doing this, maybe 4 years or so, having voice notes that inmates can touch base with their loved ones and increase their bonding. Now, the family love is a powerful tool. It's a powerful ingredient, and in the prison we are tapping into these things to make positive change. All those who are listening to the expression by the inmates telling how they are loved. Love is an important ingredient that we can tap into, and Father's Day gives us an opportunity to use that to maximize on it. It doesn't mean to say that next week we would stop doing these things. It all helps us build the program we are doing and enhance all the other things we do for the inmates. I need to apologize to my children who are the inmates in not being there often enough because of my heavy workload. I know sometimes they cry out to me, especially at the female prison. I will be making more regular rounds to touch base with them because that's the strength in my administration, is reaching out to them, seeing who the persons who are responsible for their incarceration, listening to their issues and trying to reach out to them as much as we can. We have Father's Day visits being given every Saturday now, start from yesterday. It's going for about 6 weeks, where we try to touch base with all the fathers who would want to see their children. We have opened it up where the families can bring a cooked meal, sit down and share that meal with their loved ones. So no longer will we have the issue of, boss, this food I'm tasting, there's not enough salt, not enough pepper. It's a home cooked meal I get in. So it's all for the inmates are anticipated for these visits. And it's all enhancing with the behavior change policy we have going on and quite successful. Said a mouthful there, God. Ask me your questions now.
Yes, Commissioner. Well, in the interest of time, and I know as a father yourself, you have to go and spend time with your family too. And we would like to thank you once again for taking the time. As usual, always reachable and always willing to work with us. And we thank you so much for giving us this opportunity once again.
Indeed.
To because some of the voice notes from the fathers behind bars were very powerful.
Yeah.
And
you could hear the pain in their voice
yes,
and the
you could-
frustration.
That's right. You can hear the pain and suffering and frustration in their voice. And you have to deal with that and your officers at the same time. We want to wish you all health and strength. And before the end of your tenure, we hope we can have a full sit down with you before you depart that year. So we look forward to having that
That's a long
happen.
time from now.
I know it's a long time from now. We'll be here just the same. So, well, before that, I mean, even before that, if you can, the people can know about Dio Prasad Ramuta, and we've done it with other commissioners in the past, so why not you? So we'll set that up. Once you're okay with that, sir?
I'm only two with it. Several interviews, sir. Not just one. Several interviews.
Right. Right. Sir, so thank you once again as we prepare for all the way up to 12. We want to thank you so much, and we wish you and your officers a happy Father's Day, those who are fathers, and keep on doing your part to contribute to Trinidad and Tobago.
We will. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Okay, sir.
All right,
all the
thank
best,
you
right?
very much.
Happy Father's Day to my staff and all the inmates out there.
Thank
Happy
you.
Father's Day.
Thank you, sir. Take care.
So.
All right, that was Commissioner of Prisons, Dio Prasad Ramuta. And this, I don't know, something was strange about this interview today, this whole session today. But you, the loyal soldiers of our Dependency, both radio and social media, we thank you very much for hanging in there with us. If any of you want to say a quick hello, you have about 3 minutes to do that. We'll give you a couple of minutes to take your call. But Natasha, I've heard some serious voice notes coming out of this one.
Yes.
And they look like they've dropped again. So we want to thank them. If you're not online with us, Steele and Igad, we want to thank you too for putting this program together again for us.
Yep.
And folks, next week, God's willing, we have a very special program for you in light of the release again from the tip report.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And about Trinidad and Tobago's status. We will have a very, very special guest speaking to you about her experience as someone being trafficked to Saudi Arabia and how she fared.
Yes, and it's a good example as well of how persons are trafficked for labor.
Yes.
And we're very excited to hook up with a Kenyan national.
All in our interest of prevention. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, God, and good morning to Natasha.
Morning.
Morning.
Yes, what I observed with the conversation this morning, I did not know my father. I wish I had known him. Believe it or not, I'm a big woman, and I still had wanted to know him, see him, what he was looking like, whatever the reasons. I wanted to know my father because I grew up with my grandfather and a stepfather. But what in the conversation with the men and them, you could see that, apparently the father figure, it really have, a fit with the father figure, a father. It, like, to me, it affected the sons more than the daughters. Because as I told you, I did not know my father. I wish I had known him.
Right.
But still that I did not know him, I didn't let that deter me from achieving whatever was positive in life. But you are seeing and hearing where the father figure had a great effect on the male and them. And the fathers of today, well, years have gone by. Let's think positive. Let the fathers of today think positive towards their son. And it will be a better for the community and the world at large. Thank you.
Thank you, my dear. Thank you. Hello, good morning. Good morning.
Oh, hello. Good morning, God and Natasha.
Morning.
I'm always listening to your show. And this morning is one of the most edifying and, understanding things that I didn't understand before. And I'm very happy that you have this program going. I cry like a child hearing some of the comments. It's comments you call it? I can't remember the big word.
The sound bites from the fathers, yes.
Yes, I'm really, really touched. Really touched. Keep up the good work, and God's greatest blessings to you and to Natasha.
Yes. Okay, folks.
Thank you very much.
That's why we have to leave it. Sorry, we can't take, we always try to run this all just so that we want to educate you so much. It's not that we don't appreciate your presence, but we thank you very much. And God's willing, next Sunday we'll be here with another edition of Our Dependency. Thank the prison service once again for doing what you do. And Short Man for coming through for us again this morning with that troubleshooting you had to do.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Happy Father's Day to you.
Happy Father's Day to all of you.
Good
Major news
afternoon.
up next with Miss Monica James. Take care.